When developing leaders feels like breastfeeding children, stay with me, man. Examine your leadership. So, as small group leaders, it is possible that there will come a time when you're feeling like, I'm pouring everything, trying to really create a space for my team to act and move. But it feels like they don't move unless I feed them every single thing. And so when developing leaders feels like breastfeeding children, look at your own leadership. So for me, I realized that there was a dependency on me sitting in the facilitator's seat. However, remember who was in my small group. Now, sometimes you're in a biblical community where people are young, unseasoned. That was not my small group. These were movers and shakers.
They were on vacation when they were in your group, weren't they?
And that's a story for another day. And so what I realized was I had to be comfortable with void. I had to be comfortable if I had an idea and there were not a lot of people who stepped up to say yes. Because what looked to me like, oh my goodness, I realized was, no, oh my goodness, I'm not creating an opportunity for them to, and when I say an opportunity, when it comes to personalities, the majority of people are reserved. The majority of people. And so if I say, hey, do you want to teach next small group? A reserved person? No. But realize reserved does not mean that you're not a leader. Reserved may simply mean you're not going to be the first to step up. But because you have a very conscientious wiring, because you are someone who has a standard of excellence, when I said, okay, guys, we're going to do this book discussion of this book. It was, the first one that I did this with was Christian Disciplines. And I shared the table of contents. I said, we're going to do a book discussion of this book. I shared the table of contents. Oh, everybody got excited because they loved the book. It actually was quite fascinating. And I said, okay, I'm only teaching one chapter. So I'm going to need people to sign up for some of the other chapters. I put it out there. Nobody signed up. Not a problem. Next time we met, I taught my chapter. And then they were like, oh man, that was good. V, what are we going to do next time? I said, I don't know. Nobody signed up.
I guess we're not doing the study.
Exactly. Because I was ready to move on. And they were like, but we can't. I mean, because it actually was a fascinating book. I didn't know solitude was a Christian discipline. It had all of these 10 disciplines that, it made you want to know, well, what do you mean by that's a discipline? So then I was like, okay, well, nobody want to teach another chapter. I guess we move on. V, no, because I need to understand so-and-so. Cool, that's your chapter. And then slowly. And so see, whereas I was initially looking at it like, oh my goodness, if I don't do it, nothing happens. No, I was not creating a gap. These were problem solvers. They see a gap, they gonna fill the gap. I was not creating or allowing gaps.
As long as you seem to be handling it, they were
A-okay.
on your toes.